tayo after natin magpahinga ng last week. Siyempre, ang HR Calabarzon ay magkakaroon po ng isang magandang hapon ngayon na kasama ang ating one of the best mentors sa Philippine HR Group. Siyempre, ang daming excited at talaga naman pong sunod-sunod ang pumapasok sa atin ngayon via Zoom dahil po ang HRE knowledge po ay makakatanggap o makaka-accept ng up to 500 participants this afternoon hanggang next month po dahil po ito sa ating first year anniversary ng HRE knowledge. This afternoon mga ka-HR talaga namang invite natin. Nung mga nakaraang linggo, talagang more on learning and development ang ating pinag-uusapan this afternoon with our speaker. Talagang paano ba natin mababalue ang self-learning. Pero bago yan, syempre, umpisahan na natin ang ating magandang hapon by sharing my screen. Yan. So, HRE Knowledge 2021 Ground Rules. Siyempre po ang Zoom meeting po, ang ating Zoom room ay open 15 minutes early, 1:45 p.m. At talaga naman pong sunod-sunod yung pumapasok sa simula po kanina, mula po, I think, 12 pa lang po, meron mga waiting na sa ating Zoom meeting. So, syempre po, nire-request po namin kung kaya po, lalo na po sa ating mga internet, na sana video on, audio mute. Lahat po ng katanungan ay ilagay po natin sa chat box natin dito sa Zoom or sa comment section natin sa FB Live. Sana po, ibigay po natin ang ating 101% full attention and cooperation para po ma-maximize natin ang ating learning this afternoon. Remember po, ang webinar po natin ay free. Free po ito sa lahat. Mapa Zoom, mapa YouTube, mapa FB, free po ang ating webinar this afternoon. We provide also e-certificates sa lahat po na magbabayad ng 50 pesos, good for 4 consecutive webinar in 1 month. Ang ating GCash number po ay 0927-140-1360. Ano nga ba ang HR Calabarzon? Ang HR Calabarzon po ay group natin sa Facebook na nagpo-provide ng virtual and face-to-face learning sa lahat ng HR practitioner and enthusiasts in Calabarzon, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon. But take note mga ka-HR, hindi lang po tayo pang Calabarzon dahil all over the Philippines na po tayo. May mga ka-HR po tayo sa Luzon, sa South Luzon, North Luzon, Visayas and Mindanao, maging NCR na tumatangkilik sa ating every Saturday afternoon habit na makasama ang HR Calabarzon HRE Knowledge. Siyempre, hindi lang yun mga ka-HR dahil sa dami na ng ating mga natutunan at nakakasama, nagiging kaibigan sa HR Calabarzon. Siyempre po, ang ating e-certificate ground rules. Ang e-certificate po natin ay ibibigay natin sa lahat ng mag-a-attend at magpi-fill up ng attendance and feedback form through Google Form sa ating na ipopost po natin sa chat box at maging sa FB comment section. Ito po ay padadala natin sa inyong mga email on September 4, 2021, which is next Saturday, para po matanggap po niyo ito. Ang form po natin ay i-close po natin on Thursday, September 2, 2021. Makikiusap po sana kami na please ensure na accurate po yung information kagaya po ng pangalan, email address po, lalo na email address kasi po nagba-bounce back po sa amin yung mga email namin sa inyo regarding sa e-certificate, reference number, and proof of payment. The minimal fee of 50 pesos, ulitin po natin, ay good for 4 consecutive webinars in 1 month. At ang payment po para po sa linggo na ito ay tinatanggap po natin hanggang Wednesday next week. Bakit nga ba kailangan natin ng 50 pesos na minimal fee? Ang 50 pesos po na minimal fee ay ginagamit po ng HR Calabarzon sa monthly subscription natin for postpaid Zoom account. Para po syempre makapag-provide po ng weekly free HRE knowledge. Ulitin po natin, ang ating pong GCash number ay 0917-140-1360. And now, syempre, tawagin natin ang ating kasama sa Board of Directors and atin may one of the hosts, Ma'am Janet Memoracion. Hi, Ma'am Janet. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Miss Neri. Good afternoon, Miss Jorina. And of course, good afternoon to all of our participants. Special thanks to all of you for being with us since day one. And for those who has just recently joined us, welcome to HR Calabarzon. And we would like us all together to thank our participants and our sponsors for all of this learning session. Yan, marami tayong sponsor, Miss Neri, no?
Yes,
so first, would like to thank, owned by one of our board of directors, Ms. Jorina Caparao, Jorina's Home Depot located in Malagasang. She also have like several branches across Cavite. So visit her site for anything that you need for your home. We also would like to thank our sponsor, Bricks Power. This is actually where I work as VP for HR and Admin. Bricks Power is actually a consulting company. We offer services for HR, admin, which includes visa processing, startup company registrations, and including as well HRIS system and accounting services. We would also like to thank Sabon Factory, our another sponsor, currently located in Tansa, Imus, Cavite, kalidad na presyong pangmasapa, complete cleaning chemicals for household and industrial establishments. Of course, Grupo Vino from one of our board of directors, Ms. Rose Joya. These are medical supplies. You can get alcohols or any other things that you need to protect you and your employees against the effect of COVID-19. Of course, through Ms. Neri Estrella, our HRCG founder, we have St. Peter Life Plan. If you need anything, her number is flashed on your screen. You may contact her at any time for your St. Peter Life Plans. And Quantity Corner, AMD Collections and Fashion Boutiques, for your fashion needs. This is located in Talisay, Batangas since 2020. And one of our board of director, Miss Jeline, who is not with us this afternoon, but had been supportive in all of our efforts. We have her sole sidekick coaching and learning session services. Please contact her on the email address that you can see on your screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much po for the sponsors, Miss Nedi.
Yes, ma'am. How about Ma'am Jorina? Meron kang mga announcement, Ma'am Jorina?
Hello, good afternoon mga ka-HR and good afternoon Miss Neby and of course Ma'am Janet. Ngayon, we want to announce and we want to greet the happiest birthday to Ma'am Rose Joya, one of our board of directors at HR Calabarzon. Next one is we want to also greet the happiest birthday to Sir June of Philippine HR Group. And of course, happiest birthday to Sir Nook of Philippine HR Group as well. May you have the happiest birthdays para sa ating August celebrators. And of course, let's go straight ahead and introduce our speaker for this coming session for our HRE knowledge. This is going to be the value of self-learning with Miss Penny S. Bongato. She will be our resource speaker for this afternoon. So Ms. Penny Bongato has delivered presentations in Amsterdam, Jakarta, Singapore, Mumbai, India, Cape Town, and Johannesburg, South Africa, Colombia, and the Philippines. So wow, marami po talaga siyang nagawang presentations internationally and locally. And she has also been invited to speak by various companies and organizations, including the government, corporation, and the academe. She is also known to be amongst the top 100 influential Filipino women to follow in LinkedIn, and also the top 100 Filipinos for inspiration and motivation on LinkedIn. Let's introduce Ms. Penny S. Bongato, our speaker.
Hi, Ma'am Penny. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me. I am honored to be here. Ang ganda naman ng caricature. What do you call that?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
nice.
Birthday gift po ng HR Calabarzon syempre sa napaka-ganda at isa sa mga pinakamagaling na speaker and mentor ng Philippine HR Group.
Thank you. Ako, masyado nyo naman in-elevate ang aking status. Pero maraming salamat. Maraming salamat sa introduction. And I'm very, very honored to be here with you today. And thank you for the birthday greeting. Oo, birthday ko nga nung isang araw. Kailan ba? Oo, nung isang araw. Nakakalimutan ko na rin tuloy. Sa dami ng ginagawa. So, I'm requesting if I can share my... Okay, thank you very much. So, we will discuss for this afternoon the value of learning, the value of self-learning. Alam ko marami sa atin ngayon na nahihirapan, especially working from home. But marami din sa atin ang maybe working on site. I have clients in the Calabarzon area na pumapasok din sila dahil kailangan on site sila, no? So, ano ang dapat nating gawin? And it's almost 1.5 years na and we're not even sure kung kailan matatapos to. So it's best that we are able to do our part in making ourselves highly motivated to continue to learn. So yes, share ko yung aking presentation. So, the value of self-learning. So, bakit importante ang self-learning? Bakit importante ang being able to continue to upskill yourself? Importante to kasi hindi naman lahat bibigay ng kumpanya sa inyo. Kailangan may kusa din tayo. It's really up to us to learn, to continue to learn, and be able to be good in what we do. Nasa atin yung opportunity na yon to still be really grow kasi hindi naman porket pandemic hindi na tayo gagawa o hindi na tayo kikilos. In fact, if you take a look at LinkedIn and if you take a look at Facebook, ang daming maraming mga tao na nakakatapos na ng kanilang master's degree sa ibang bansa because of the pandemic, because everything is now online. So, I won't talk about the webinar or workshop reminders. Sinabi na to kanina, no? Keep your cameras on kung kaya. Kung hindi kaya, that's okay. Pero meron tayong breakout rooms. Pag nag-breakout rooms tayo, you have to keep your camera on. So I won't introduce myself. I've been introduced already. I am part of the PHRG mentors, and meron din nag-birthday na isang mentor today, and we started greeting him kasi birthday niya din. Marami yata nagbe-birthday ng August. And it's important that we are able to celebrate. Celebrate is so important kasi lalo na ngayon pandemic, no? Ang celebration sa bahay na lang. So, first activity today. How are you today? So, are you busy? Are you bored? Are you multitasking? May household chores ba pero may work pa rin? Or are you just having fun today? So I'm requesting all of you to type in the chat box, how are you feeling today? So we have 138 participants. Please type in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Multitasking, attending webinar. Great, blessed, busy, tired, wanting to sleep this afternoon. Hapon kasi, no? Great. Ang dami palang uma-attend itong mga talks nyo, no? Motivated, blessed, excited to learn. Eating while attending webinar. Hehehe. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. If you haven't had lunch and you're just eating now, that's fine. Inspired. Be inspired. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for being here and thank you for answering that question. Thank you for answering how are you feeling today. But not everyone is feeling okay. And remember, it's okay not to be okay and just acknowledge what you feel today. There are times na I have to tell you the truth. There are times that I don't feel good. There are times na yung gigising ka ako ng 3:00 ng umaga and I feel so anxious. But that's the reality of life now. There will be times when you're not okay. There will be times that you feel so excited. Just acknowledge how you feel. Okay. Marlon, you're raising your hand. You want to say something?
Thank you po sa webinar ngayong araw na to.
You're very welcome. Ay, bakit ako sumasagot? Yung organizers pala dapat sumagot.
Okay lang, ma'am.
It is our pleasure, Miss Penny, especially you are with us this afternoon.
Ako sumasagot. Hindi naalala ko, hindi ako organizer. Okay, feeling ko organizer na rin ako eh. Oh. Bear with me because when I present, hindi ako masyadong formal. I'm very relaxed and people say I'm authentic. I tell you what's in my heart, and that's me. So, just some cartoons, just 2 cartoons to get us rolling about self-learning, about learning. Oh, by the way, one of the things that was not said is I'm also a teacher. I teach at the Lasal College of St. Benilde. Ang college ang tinuturuan ko, and I have 9 units to teach. And I was smiling when I was doing this presentation. Mr. Osborne, may I be excused? My brain is full. Maybe some of us say this already. Ay, tama na. Workshop na lang ng workshop, webinar na lang ng webinar. Pagod na ako. Wala nang pumapasok sa isip ko. There are times that I feel that as well, pero hindi. We have to keep on learning, keep on growing, because it's very important for us to be able to manage that as well. So, second cartoon, I won't be impressed by technology in classroom until you figure out how to install Google directly in my brain. So, lahat na lang, ang Google nga hindi na noun eh. It has become a verb already. I-Google mo. IGM, i-Google mo. So, IGM, I tell my students, if you Google it, you will have all the same answers because you will pick the first one. And I don't let my students anymore write reflection papers or research. Kasi pare-pareho. I make them 2 presentations so that they will remember it. So remember what you learn in each of these webinars, because it's important. If you don't write it, you might not remember it. But this is self-learning. So this is about you. So, a lot has happened over the past year, a year and a half. A lot. We were hit by COVID when was that? August 2020. 5 members of our household out of 6 tested positive. And 2 had symptoms, 3 without symptoms. And the only person who was negative was me. And I asked myself, bakit ako nag-negative? Sana sama-sama na lang kami na positive. Kung na-positive din ako, hindi na kami kailangan magkanya-kanyang kwarto, no? Isolation. And I say, hindi ako marunong magluto. Paano ba yan? Anong papakain ko dito sa mga kasama ko sa bahay? And believe you me, I was so amazed how God works miracles. Because it was my birth month, it so happened that my friends started sending me food to feed my family. So it was very interesting what happened, because you'll never know that it might hit you. And then when it occurred to me that I was negative, I realized I should be thankful. I should be, in fact, thankful being negative. I I always say I am positively negative. I remember pre-COVID, umaangal ako sa mga office mates ko. Ay naku, ako hindi ako makapag-sick leave kasi hindi ako inuubo, hindi ako sumisipon, hindi ako linalagnat. Wala, talaga. Even before, hindi ako linalagnat. Nothing. Um, Ngayon na nag-COVID, we pray na hindi ka magsisipon, hindi ka maglalagnat, hindi ka mag-uubo, right? So, we just have to be healthy. This virus is no joke, but there are still things that we can do despite this pandemic. Could this crisis be seen as a personal growth opportunity? Could you see this crisis as a personal growth opportunity? What can you do during this time? Or what have you done during this time? But I'd like us to go back to looking at this crisis. Could the growth of the organization be seen as a personal growth opportunity for you? Opportunity, ito ba para sa'yo? No, you might say, no, it might not be an opportunity. I'd like to say this way, feeling lost, pessimistic. There's a lot of mental health issues going on. And I was just talking to, this is personal, but I'll tell you, I was just talking to my son, and he was saying that he is depressed. So he consulted with the doctor. He has depression, and there are a lot of people now who have depression because they can't go out. They have dreams. My son was supposed to go to Japan a week before the lockdown, a week after the lockdown on flight niya, at hindi siya natuloy. He was supposed to start working in a company there. So, walang gana ba? Wala ka na bang gagawin? Magmumukmuk ka na lang ba? Or is this the opportunity for all of us to be optimistic, to be focused, to look at this as an opportunity in adversity and change? Is this an opportunity for all of us to grow, to be able to achieve much more than what we have achieved? So, since I was given the power to do breakout rooms, you will have an activity. And this is looking at your life. Looking at your life. Think of your wins, the wins in your life, the stars in your life. And these wins would be something like this, no? So think of 3 things you have learned or accomplished during your life in these segments, no? Think of your age now. Divide it into 3. Think of your wins, your accomplishments, or your achievements during these 3 segments of your life. 3 wins in each segment. 3 things that you've learned. And they don't have to be great. You don't have to write them down because we will go into a breakout room for all of you. It doesn't have to be grand accomplishments. It could be simple accomplishments. As simple as, let's say you are 30 years old, 1 to 10, natuto ka magbisikleta. 11 to 20, natuto ka mag-drive, nakakuha ka ng driver's license. And then after that, natuto ka magluto. So it could be a very simple thing. You know why? Because all of this, I don't know how to do. I don't know how to ride a bike. Never tried. I did try it, but nung hulog-log, ayoko na. I've never been a cook. I don't like cooking. Matalsikan lang ako ng mantika, ayoko na. I used to drive, but since my husband is more caring when it comes to the car, so hinahatid na lang niya ako para siguradong I get to my destination and nothing happens to the car. So I do have a driver's license, but I don't drive anymore. So think of the three segments of your life. I'll give you an example. Sige. Sige na nga, sasabihin ko na. So I'm a senior citizen. I got my vaccination. So my first third, 1 to 21, what did I accomplish? I was part of the basketball team in high school. And I was I will age myself, I was a big Jaworski fan. So, sobra talaga yung bang nag-aabang sa dugout. I was really a basketball fanatic. Ano pa, during that the first third of my life, tanggap ako sa Lasal kasi malapit lang ang bahay namin sa Lasal. And I took up engineering. Ang layo sa HR, no? So I took up engineering. And I was also accepted to be part of the basketball team. And ang maganda pa doon, something for me to be proud of, is I was part of the basketball team. I was double degree in engineering and I had a boyfriend. So balansyado ang buhay ko. So I had a balanced life. So 22 to 43, what did I achieve or what did I accomplish? I was made a manager. I was made a manager at age 28. During my time, okay na yon. And I was very, very proud that I was made a manager. Oh, that's one. Second, tinalo ko yung mga boys sa 10K race, 10K race that we joined. The men finished 1 hour something in a 10K race, 10K race, 10K. And I finished in 53 minutes. So I think if there was only one other guy who finished earlier, faster than me. Third, nung pinanganak ko yung panganay ko, and holding my son on my hand like that was really something that I felt so, nanay na ako. Sarap ng feeling. Yan. So the last part of my life is I was accepted at Convergys to be employee number 1. That was already the last part of my life. No? And I enjoyed it. I liked it because I felt that I was bringing jobs to a lot of Filipinos nationwide. Second, ano pa bang accomplishment ko? Yun, being part of LinkedIn's motivational something, you read it in the introduction, is really an achievement. I'm proud of it. But most personal naman is I'm proud to be a lola. I have 3 grandchildren. And though I don't see them, I talk to them almost every other day on Facebook Messenger. So it's nice. So think of your wins and what you've learned during those wins, during those times of your lives. Okay? So we will go into breakouts, and you will be assigned to a breakout room. We encourage you to open your videos during the sharing session. Don't worry if you drop because of Wi-Fi connection, just plug in again. Each person will be given 2 minutes to read your achievements. And when you read it, when you say your achievements, say it with pride. I want you to say it with pride. I was able to do this. Kahit na yun, learning to bike, I tell you that something I should have learned. Sabi ko nga, something I should have learned. Kasi ngayon, may bike lane na because of this pandemic. So, it's something that you can do. So, if 2 minutes is not yet up, and you still have time, I will say when to switch. Then read it again, say it again. O kung makakaisip ka pa, remember, the first third of your life, tatlong wins doon. The second third of your life, tatlong wins doon, tatlong accomplishments, and the last third of your life. Divide your age into 3 para alam mo yung first, second, third. So be proud of your achievements. Be proud that what you have accomplished. But before that, before you start saying the achievements, syempre mag-introduction muna kayo. Baka hindi kayo magkakakilala in your breakout rooms. So make sure that you know it. You get to introduce yourself. I'll give you 1 minute for the introduction. And I'll make sure that we notify you when the second person should speak. We will have 5 people in each breakout room. Okay? Tapos, as soon as everyone has taken turns, you will be asked to return to the main room. Do not leave the Zoom call. I'm sure you know this already. Puro na lang kayo webinars every week. So reminder, do not leave the Zoom call. Just leave the breakout room. And I will announce when you are going to come back now from the breakout. Now the question is, who will start? Who will start? Since you will have your videos on, the person with the shortest hair will be the first one to speak. Okay? The person with the shortest hair will be the first one to speak. Okay? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, we are all ready.
Yes, I'm looking for the breakout rooms here. You are all ready. So, we will create 25, no, more than 25. There. If we will create 26 breakout rooms. There might be 4 or 5 people in each breakout room. Just consume the 10 minutes or 11 minutes. First minute is introduction. Don't forget, first minute is introduction. And kumukonti ang mga tao. Okay. And then start talking about your wins. Okay. Breakout rooms. Now you go to your breakout rooms. I will open all rooms now. Have 10 minutes.
Hi, good afternoon mga ka-HR. Ako yung kasama nyo ngayon. Possible po ba na mag-open tayo ng video and mag-unmute? Hi, Ma'am Jewel. Hi, Ma'am Catherine. Hi, Ma'am Medi. Sir Jeffrey. Hello po.
Hi, yes.
Parang natatakot sila mag-participate. Hi. Mga ka-HR, ang walang HR po na mahihiyain. Ay, Ma'am Medi, medyo magkatunog yung pangalan natin, Medi, Nedi. Si Ma'am Catherine po kaya, at saka si Ma'am Jewel and si Sir Jeffrey. Meron po tayong 10 minutes lang. Yan. Hi, Ma'am Maribeth. Good afternoon. Ma'am, nakamute ka po. Hi po. Hi, Ma'am Kim.
Hi, Miss
Apo,
Nadine.
si Ma'am Maribeth ay nakamute. Hindi yata ni Ma'am ma-unmute. Hindi kasi ako host, Ma'am. Hindi kita magagawang unmute. Ayan. By the way, siguro naman po lahat po tayo ay kilala po ako. Ako si Neddy. I am the founder of HR Person. I am one of the core volunteer ng Philippine HR Group. And we are hoping na mag-open ang Philippine HR volunteer by next year or before the year ends dahil lang po sa pandemic. So, Ma'am Kim, ikaw na next. Pwede ba? Sabi kasi shortest hair, kaya lang ako yata yung longest hair.
Okay, so tama po ba, Miss Neddy, i-divide yung age into 3, tapos
Yes.
dun sa 3 na yun. Oh my God,
Yung
parang
sa
ang hirap nun.
first part mo, ano po ba yung accomplishment mo? Sa second part, tapos sa last part. Si Ma'am Maribeth, na medyo nagluloko yata ang internet ni Ma'am Maribeth. So, Ma'am, si Ma'am Kim,
mag-start na po
saan
ako.
po ba kayo connected?
Right now, I just joined po parang outsourcing firm po na nakikater sa US clients.
Sige, Ma'am, ikaw na muna siguro mag-start while waiting.
Accomplishments, right po?
Yes, accomplishment.
Siguro mag-start na lang muna ako nung bata ako na nakagraduate po ako ng maayos sa elementary. Hindi man po achiever, at least no failing grades. Tapos, jump po ako nung college ako. Nag-graduate din po with flying colors. And then recently, I'm a former OFW. So, one of the achievements po siguro is that na-survive ko po yung 4 years ko in the UAE. Ayan, tapos ngayon nakabalik na din po sa Pinas and good naman po so far yung work ko. That's all po.
Okay. How about Ma'am Maribeth? Hi, Ma'am Maribeth. Okay, medyo nakamute pa rin siya. At medyo mahina. Okay, for me, honestly, I am 42. Going 43 next week. Diba? First choice, kagaya ni Ma'am Kim, syempre yung achievement natin noon na makagraduate. Lalo na nung panahon na actually kasi second family kami, tapos syempre naiwan na rin kami ng papa ko. So, working student ako. Ang pinaka-best achievement ko is yung nakagraduate ako ng elementary, high school, college, at napag-graduate ko yung kapatid ko. Oh, di ba? Yung tipong working student ako, nag-work ako ng 1 o'clock p.m. hanggang alas 3 ng madaling araw.
Tapos papasok po
Papasok ng
ulit.
8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Pero yun, syempre, dahil nga working student, nagtatrabaho, medyo nagkaroon ako ng mga 5. Pero I'm happy na natapos ko pa rin siya. Second quarter of my life, even though hindi naging perfect marriage, I'm happy to say na masaya ako because I have my baby na binata na ngayon, na mukhang magkapatid lang kami. He's 17 years old. Pero sa ngayon, medyo going through kami sa medyo mahigpit o mahirap na pagkakataon. Pero sana maging okay. Last quarter of my life, syempre, I've been an core volunteer of Philippine HR Group and now founder of HR Person, and I know how to drive. Ayan, yun yung mga
Yes,
achievement na
opo.
driving.
Lalo ngayon.
Kailangan mo talagang magkaroon ng
License.
license para mag-drive kasi mahirap mag-commute, mahirap po magka-COVID. This past few days, actually, madaming pinagdaanan ng family. Kung papansin natin, wala tayong HRE knowledge last week. Because yun nga po, na namatayan na po at na-quarantine na po.
Condolence po.
Lockdown. How about si Ma'am Wilma and Ma'am Maribet? Parang may message si Ma'am Maribet eh. I'm having problem with my CP. So, Ma'am Maribet, baka pwede mong i-chat na lang your first 3/4 of your life, your achievement, and whatever you have this past few years of your life. Tsaka si Ma'am Wilma. Basahin namin ni Ma'am Kim. Ang dami nahihirapan yata sa internet.
Gamit na gamit po.
Oo nga. May mga nag-message sa akin na dalawa lang daw sila nag-share. Parang kami ni Ma'am Kim, dalawa rin. Kasi siguro may problem si Ma'am Maribet sa internet. How about kaya si Ma'am Wilma? Yan, medyo tahimik pa rin sila. Ma'am Kim, sana next week maka-attend ka.
Topic next week.
Si Ma'am Rona Dale Florentino ng APRAS. Tapos next week si Sir Ron Thomas, so international speaker. And third week of September si Ma'am Michelle Cordero Garcia.
Ano pong topic by next week?
Actually, surprise ang topic next week.
Okay.
Pero more on kasi nung first year kasi namin, ang speaker talaga namin ay si Ma'am Rona. So parang ang ano niya is, what happened to HR this past year of pandemic? Parang gano'n. Uy, ayan na si Ma'am Maribet. Talagang nahirapan siya sa mag-unmute, and his message is, I passed my board exam. Siyempre po, talagang achievement yan. I am a mother of 2 beautiful daughters, di mo ba? Ma'am Kim, nakalimutan ko itanong, are you married or single?
Still single po.
Yes, pero definitely will be having your own family in the future.
Sana po.
I am blessed to still hold up my job. Ay, opo, lahat po tayo. Actually, sabi ko nga po sa mga tao ko, even my staff, sinasabi ko, dapat pagpasalamat tayo na kahit na pandemic, may trabaho tayo, sumusweldo tayo, hindi kagaya ng iba na nawalan ng trabaho. Yan, binadagdag sa atin si Ma'am Maria Krisha Aguinaldo. Hi, Ma'am Maria Krisha. Si Ma'am Wilma rin daw nagkakaroon ng problema sa internet. Yes, totoo po yan. Ma'am Maria, how about you? Ano po ba ang ating achievement for 3/4 of our life? May internet connection problem din si Ma'am Maria.
Hirap po pag-live.
Yeah, FYI po, meron po tayong another breakout room na gagawin si Ma'am Penny. Sana makakuha tayo ng medyo magandang signal. Yeah, we're leaving the breakout room in 24 seconds, 23. So Ma'am Kim, nice meeting you. Ma'am Maribet,
Thank you, Miss Maggie.
if there's any concern or problem, please let me know through chat or Facebook.
Thank you, Miss Maggie.
Thank you po. Ay, Ma'am Kim, if ever na merong magpe-present, is it possible na ikaw na lang ang mag-sum up ng ating achievement?
Lahat po tayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Isasama?
Tatlo lang naman tayo.
Ma'am Miss Nedy, kayo na lang po. Hindi ako nag-notes. Sige po, bye-bye
Thank
po.
you po.
You're all coming back now.
Yes, ma'am. We are all coming back po.
Yes, I'm just
Yes,
waiting for
ma'am.
the others. Siguro hindi pa natapos yung sharing nila.
Yes, ma'am. Nagkakaroon po ng problem yung iba nating participant, kaya nalalaglag. Nagme-message po sila sa akin.
Oo, binabalik ko sila sa ibang breakout room
Opo.
para marami silang makilala. Ayan. Ayaw pa bumalik ng iba eh. Oh. Ayan. Na-force back na tuloy sila. Na-force back tuloy kayo.
Ayan.
Ayan. Now you're here na. We have everyone here. I think.
Nabitin po kami sa time. Si Miss Vicky hindi masyado nakashare.
Oo nga eh. Di ba?
Yes,
Next
okay.
sharing. Next sharing. Yung mga hindi nakapag-share sa big group, sa breakout group, baka gusto mag-share sa sa plenary. That is the challenge that I'm giving to those who weren't able to share. Would you like to share? How did you feel? How did sharing your commitments, achievements, and accomplishments make you feel? So how did you feel when you were sharing your accomplishments?
Okay, please raise your hands na lang po if you want to share your insights po.
So Kim volunteered.
Hi,
Yeah.
good afternoon po.
I will stop sharing my screen para magkakitaan tayo, ha?
Hindi pa ako ready.
O yan.
Hi, Miss Penny and everyone.
Hi.
So for me, it feels good to go back to all the experiences that you had before. Masarap sa feeling na like for now, medyo yung iba sa atin may mental health and we are on a challenging time, and going back and yung challenges pala natin now cannot be compared sa achievements natin before na siguro natin take for granted natin kasi nga nasa ibang page tayo ngayon ng life natin, but looking back, ang dami na po pala nating na-accomplish, and it feels good to know kung ano yung mga na-accomplish and achievements natin.
Mm-hmm. So how did you feel, Kim, when you were listening to the achievements and accomplishments of others?
It was nice na iba po kasi yung batch na joinan ko, so it feels good that they're very happy with their family. And may nag-share nga rin po sa amin na we have to be grateful that we were able to keep our job kasi po yung iba jobless. So ayun, small grace na big yung impact, especially ngayon na pandemic.
Exactly. One more person to share. So please, Kim, diyan ka lang, ha? Sharon. Sige, Sharon. Unmute yourself. Yun ang famous line ngayon. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, unmute. Okay. So, dun sa group namin, 3 lang kami nagsalita although we were 5. I thought ako nga lang mag-isa kasi walang sumasagot when I'm saying hello. But it seems yung 2 kong kasama are classmates and they're third-year students yata sa BSU. So, I felt old. So, while I was sharing, even walang pang feedback sa kanila, I shared, going back because I said nga I was the oldest, feeling old. I'm 52. So divided by 3, that's 17 years old, 34 and 52. So sharing my accomplishments, I hope na ano rin naman dun sa 2 college students namin. So and then nung nag-share sila, may isa mga top 1, mga ganyan, mga matatalino because BSU naman eh. So I hope, and I shared na rin some of our experiences here and encourage them to continue attending webinars kasi first timer sila, Ma'am Nedy. So yun po, yun feeling old pero feeling accomplished and willing to share. Yun po. I hope, Ma'am Penny, naalala niyo ako since last year.
Yes. I do.
Again, it helped me a lot during those times kaya I'm with a new company, and thank you, Ma'am Penny, for coaching me that time. Thank you. Yun lang po.
Thank you for sharing. So, bakit ko inuumpisahan sa ganito ang ating program, no? Alam ko malayo pa tayo, no? Malayo pa tayo do sa talagang topic. It's very important for us to share our wins because at the time of the pandemic, ang naiisip lang natin kasi, oh, paano na yan? Paano na yan? Paano na yung buhay ko? Baka hindi ako makasurvive. Baka, hindi ko kaya to. Mahirap yung sitwasyon natin. But remember, you had difficult times in the past and you were able to survive it, quote unquote, survive it. Yung bang fourth year college ka, gagraduate, gagawa ng thesis, mahirap yun to make a thesis, but you were able to do it. You were able to survive and you graduate. For the students, mahirap mag-online. Ang napakahirap nitong sitwasyon natin ngayon, but we were able to pass through all those things. And we will get through this together. We will get through this. We will have some challenges. Alam natin merong malapit sa buhay natin na may be called by God, pero life goes on. Our life will go on. But you have to take care of yourself as well. So for Miss Sharon and Kim, can you please send your address to Miss Neddy? Because I will, and cell phone number, because I will send via LBC a copy of my book.
Please put it in our chat box na lang po. Ayan.
Diba? May biglang if si Ma'am Penny as
Kasi nag-volunteer baka sa susunod mag-volunteer na kayo. Sige.
Pwede po ba ang joke?
Basta lagay nyo lang doon yung si Kim at saka si hard copy of the book. Hard copy of my, yung yung courier sa akin na I don't mind. I'm just giving the book away. Career shift, follow your passion. I'll talk about it later. So,
thank you so much po.
You're welcome. Sama mo na rin kayo mga officers. Sige. So how can you get something good out of this pandemic or exponential growth for your organization? So we have to embrace this change. This will not go away soon. We don't have herd immunity. It will take us a while before we have herd immunity. And we have to embrace it. We can't fight it. It's not within our control. And the number one success principle, sinabi nga na I'm a Canfield certified trainer, Jack Canfield is the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. The number one success principle, and success principles pala, is to be responsible. If you want to be successful, if you want to make your life happier and more contentment, you have to take 100% responsible for everything that happens in your life. I know the pandemic is not within our control. So E plus R, event plus response equals outcome. And our point of power is in our response. The pandemic is not within our control. Our point of power is our response. If you don't wear a mask, you don't wear a face shield, better wear still a face shield. At least here in NCR, we are required to wear this and really take the necessary precautions. You may not, I don't like to use the word, but I'll use the word survive this crisis. It's really up to you. Yung mga iba anti-vax, they don't want to be vaccinated for reasons and they have rights to do that as well. But we need to remember that everything in your life, within your control, you have the power in creating the outcome that you want. Pandemic, what do we do during this pandemic? Do we just sit and wait, or do I start something? I tell you, I too got frustrated. I too got anxiety. It happened. I told you we were hit by COVID last August. We were hit by COVID last March this year. and my father-in-law passed on. My father-in-law was 96 years old, but he passed away. He expired right in front of my eyes, right before he was brought to the hospital. I knew na yung pagdadala sa ospital, wala na. Kitang-kita ko na. But there was nothing we can do. God called him already, and we just have to accept it. But may dalawa na naman nag-positive. So what do we do? Isolate, and do everything we can to make their immune system higher. As usual, negative na naman ako, and I'm proud to say I'm always negative. Okay? So, see this crisis as a growth opportunity. See this crisis and how this crisis can help you grow. How this crisis can help you grow as an individual, as an employee, or as a manager, if you're a manager. How can you be able to help yourself grow in this time of the pandemic wherein you have to work from home? How do you connect with your people? How do you connect with yourself and connect with God? You know, I was talking to my sister kanina, sabi ko, mamaya na tayo mag-usap, magsisimba muna ako. Online mass. So, and I woke up so early and I was so stressed, anxious, that I started praying. So what is your coping mechanism for all of that? So there are two Chinese, you can see it as danger, you can see it as an opportunity. And for some, it is a crisis, but this crisis can help you grow. So generate positive emotions. And the most effective emotion, I don't know if it's emotion or feeling, or the word is gratitude. Somebody said in the how do you feel today, grateful. Gratitude increases or improves your immune system. And I have an app that I listen to every morning. It's called Calm. And there's a master class on gratitude. And the writer of that master class did say that research shows that being grateful increases your immune system. It has generates certain feelings or emotions or effects in your brain and your body that it strengthens your immune system. So generate positive emotions while in this crisis. So what can I do? So to achieve desired outcomes, one must replace complaining with making requests and taking action. So we must take action. We must be able to look at it and how we can improve ourselves. So this time, do we pivot or do we stop? We pivot, don't pause. Do we stay the same way? Are we doing the same role? It has always been done this way. We'll always say that. We stop saying that. Look at things that we can improve. You know, now digital banking, you don't need to go to the bank to make transfers to another bank. Dati may fee. Ngayon, some banks wala ng fee. I had to pay my PLDT because and others. I had to learn GCash. I had to learn Paymaya. I had to learn how to do that. So even kaming mga hindi masyadong techie would have to be techie because this is the way things are now. So look at it also in your learning. What's your learning pivot story? What did you learn during this pandemic? So let me share with you my history. My history, history na kasi mahaba-haba na. I took up 2 courses in college. I took up industrial engineering and chemical engineering. Why did I take it up? because they offered. At that time, it was not trimester yet. So my major was industrial management engineering. And on my second year, they said, let's open a double degree program wherein they will take up, we will move to chemical engineering, and then we will take subjects for industrial management engineering. And that means no summer vacation, no summer vacation. Summer, I was working, I was studying. So I took it. Wala, mahilig ako mag-aral eh. So, and when I started working, I started as an engineer. And I started as an engineer. Sorry about that my daughter is here in my room. Started as an engineer in San Miguel. Then I went Kodak as an engineer as well. But in Kodak, I was moved around. Moved around meaning moved from one position to another position. I was moved to engineer from supply chain. I was moved to IT. Then I was moved to business analysis and research. I was moved to customer service, and then I ended up in human resources as HR manager with no HR experience. So what did I do? I had to learn. I had self-study. And thank you to PMAP, and thank you to Willis Towers Watson, then called Watson Wyatt. Thanks to Mercer, I've learned the ropes of HR, and I had to learn to, I had to self-study as well. So having moved from one career to another, I really had to learn by myself and from others and seek mentors as well. Then I went to an IT company, and IT is so different from consumer goods. An IT company pulled headstrong. And this is where I became regional HR director for Asia Pacific. And malay ko maging HR director for Japan, Australia, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia. Malay ko mag-set up ng companies. And after the year 2000, I had to shut them down. I had to retrench a lot of people because business was bad. The bubble burst, as they call it. It's not as bad as the pandemic, but it also was bad. We had to lay off people. And that's when I told the headhunter, ayoko na mag-retrench. Gusto ko na mag-hire. And that's when I met Converges. So I was employee number 1 of the biggest contact center in the Philippines. It's now Concentric. It was bought out. Converges was bought out by Concentrics. And still the proud ex-con and continuing the advocacy of giving jobs to Filipinos. Then I started teaching. Malay ko naman sa pagtuturo. Malay ko naman sa paggagawa ng lesson plan. Malay ko naman sa pagtuturo at pagko-correct ng test papers at paggagawa ng exam and case studies and all of those things. I had to learn again. And the good thing about teaching is that you never stop learning, because you cannot give, and the students will know this, you cannot give the same things to the students for the past, I've been teaching for the past 11 years or 13 years. I can't give the same materials for the 13 years I've been teaching. I have to refresh my materials. So I make them watch videos like Grit, like the commencement speech of Steve Jobs at Harvard. I make them watch movies like Coach Carter. What does this movies, TED Talks, commencement speech teach you? So I had to learn. I had to keep on learning as well. Never stop learning. Then I went to an association called IBPAP, wherein we BSU, Batangas State U, I hope BSU is Batangas State U, no? We did develop a program for college students to be able to be prepared for the BPO industry. And this is the job that I really liked, because I was talking to educators, I was talking to companies, I was talking to schools, and being able to relate to bakit hindi makahanap ang mga estudyante ng trabaho kasi kulang ang skills nila. And what do the industry, what do tayo nasa HR, what do we do to help students be ready for the real world? Ano ang kailangan nilang matutunan? Paano natin sila tuturuan? And since I'm industry and I'm also in the academia, it gave me an advantage. And I set up a company called Power in You together with my friends. So you see here a picture of me in my toga. This is master's degree. I have to tell you, I started taking my master's in 1982. So Ateneo was still at De La Costa in Makati. I did not finish my master's. I finished all my academics in 1985. And may thesis pa noon. Sabi ko, ayoko na mag-thesis. Who needs master's anyway? Nobody, they don't check naman if you have master's degree. So I didn't finish it. I had so many reasons. I have a new job. I got married. I had the baby. All excuses, 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 excuses. 2009, I went back to Ateneo and I asked Ateneo, can I finish my master's? Will you allow me to finish my master's? And to cut a long story short, they said yes. The Regis program, this is an executive program, just finish 5 subjects, these 5 subjects in 1 year. One subject is 8 weeks. So 8 times 5 is 40 weeks. That's really 1 year, no? If 2 weeks in between each subject. So I said, sige, I'll take the challenge. So I went back to Ateneo in 2009. I graduated in 2011. Never stopped learning. So I always say I finished my master's in 29 years. But really, 3 plus 1 is really 4 years. So I finished my master's in 29 years. Why did I go back and take my master's? At that time, wala lang. Wala lang. I just wanted to show myself, and tell myself, I can finish what I started. Lo and behold, as Steve Jobs said, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. Lo and behold, after several years of teaching, they require that all teachers should have a master's degree. Tapos na ako. I finished my master's. And would you believe that when I went back to college, went back to MBA, I was the oldest in class. And there was one time that on the first day I was absent and they were grouping na. Grouping yan, pang case studies, no? And second week ako umattend. Wala akong kagrupo. So I had to introduce myself. Sir, may I introduce myself so that I can find a group? And the way I introduce myself is this way. Hi, I'm Penny. I'm a returnee, blah, blah, blah. But one thing I can assure you, masipag ako. And you won't regret having me in your group. O, pinag-agawan ako. Pinag-agawan ako until I found a group because I had to find a group. So never stop learning. The only time you stop learning or self-improvement is when you're 6 feet down the ground or when you're in ashes. At this time, when you're in ashes. So never stop learning. It's never too late to start learning something new. And you're never too young to start learning as well. And then I came across Jack Canfield. I knew I was going to retire within 2 years. I came across Jack Canfield and I've heard of him. I've watched The Secret. I've read the book. I heard the CD, all of this, The Secret things. So I believe in the law of attraction as well. So when I heard about Jack and his certification program, I said, attend ako nito. Pag-iipunan ko to, pag-iipunan ko to. So I attended the workshop first this is in the US. This is not me teaching. Pretend lang yan. Pang photo op lang yan. That was my breakthrough goal. What is a breakthrough goal? A goal that will change my life. My breakthrough goal was to be a Canfield trainer by December 30, 2015. So this picture is pretending only. This is acting as if. Acting as if I was already a trainer. And I love doing this. I did this before in PICC, imagine ko nag-share ako kay Brother Bo sa feast. I was imagining that already sa PMAP. I would go to wherever the PMAP conference was, and I would go up the stage and have my picture taken, parang panel discussant. Mahilig ako sa ganyan. I always pretend, act as if I was already doing the part. And then I attended Jack Canfield's program. And this is me volunteering to be the first presenter. And I sabi ko nga sa sarili ko, bakit ba ako nag-volunteer? And you know, as Filipinos, we have a tendency to say, hindi ko kaya yan, hindi Filipino ako. You know, those things. But no, I achieved my goals. I achieved my breakthrough goal to be a Canfield certified trainer and the Canfield methodology. And these things that I'm talking to you about, the E plus R equals O, taking 100% responsibility for your life, came from the success principles. And having breakthrough goals is also part of the success principles. So never stop learning, never stop dreaming, never underestimate yourself because you can be the best version of yourself. Always, pandemic or no pandemic. So my first book, which I will give to Kim and Sharon, is entitled Career Shift, Follow Your Passion. And the foreword was written by Jack Canfield, and the launch was Brother Bo. My guest was Brother Bo. And sabi ko, how can I have Jack write the foreword kaya? I know. I will ask him if he can write the foreword. So I asked him and he said yes. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, sino ako? Penny Bongato lang naman ako. Tiga Pilipinas lang ako. Para sabihan niya, oo, pwede ako magsulat. Pwede papayag siyang magsulat ng forward ng book ko. But he did say yes. And when I asked Brother Bo, can you be my guest sa launch ng book ko? He said yes as well. Pero may backup ako just in case he says no. All you need to do is ask. And when you do self-learning and investing in yourself as well, don't be afraid to ask people to mentor you or to ask people what is the PHRG would give you advice there. What's the best course to take? Should I take the CHRP or should I take the SHRM certification for HR? They're two. So ask mentors as well. So I have a second book which was published in 2019, As for a Bigger Blanket. And this one, this book says, huwag mamaluktot kung maikli ang kumot. Kasi tayong mga Pilipino, we have a tendency to curl up. Pwede na yan. Maiksi ang kumot ko. Mamaluktot na lang ako. Wag. Ask for a bigger blanket. And who gave the title of this book? Jack Canfield. I was telling him, kasi we Filipinos, we've always been of service. We were colonized, and we've always been of service. And sometimes we feel servants because merong aliping sa gigilid at saka aliping na sa namamahay. Anyway. And I was telling him that, which is true for us Filipinos, we make do with what we have. We can be the best version of ourselves. Kung na tayo mamaluktot, we should ask for a bigger blanket. And Jack said, that's a nice title for a book. So that's the title of this book. And during the pandemic, what have I done? What have I accomplished? Pandemic na to, ha? So I interviewed friends of mine around the world. 33 friends of mine around the world, including Jack, including Brother Bo, including my chairperson at Minil, my friend in Pangasinan, my friend in Baguio, my friend in Cebu, and Spain, Italy, Norway, Netherlands, my friends all over the world. Nasa YouTube channel ko yun. And then after I finished doing that, I said, pwedeng gawing ebook. So I wrote an ebook. Forward Shift, Managing Your Life at the Time of a Pandemic, Guidance from Mentors and Coaches from all over the world. So I wrote that this ebook was released May last year. I got myself certified for emotional intelligence. So this is September of last year, I believe. And then I attended another certification, which is the Barrett Values Center Global Partner Faculty. This is for leadership coaching, value certification. And I attended another certification program, which is for my coaching, because I am a professional coach, ICF member. So I attended another coaching program, which is ACE Coach Accelerator, and I'm an enhanced practitioner of ACE. And April 2, 2021, Good Friday, I took a 150 multiple choice exam. 3 hours. Sabi ko, 150, 3 hours. Dali lang yun. Gosh, ang hirap. Multiple choice ba? Ay, hirap. And really, for us coaches, don't take it for granted. It's not that easy. So when I finished that and I clicked the exam, click the button so that you'll know if you'll pass or fail that exam. When I clicked that button, I saw that I passed. So I'm now an associate certified coach. This is the leveling of the coaching. No? And when I passed, I was so happy. Anong passing grade? 70. Anong grade ko? 70. Hindi naman tinatanong nila kung anong grade mo pag pumasa ka o hindi eh. Basta pumasa ka, okay na yun. But I'm telling you, I have barely made it. It was not easy at all. And I thought it would be. So even during this pandemic, I learned a lot of things. Now you're telling me, you might say, ako naman, Miss Penny, hindi ka na tumigil. Uy, tumigil naman ako. And recently, I want to share with you the new things that I learned. I learned through crochet. So I made a crochet. They were telling me to make a blanket na daw. But I learned to crochet, and this was only last week. And now, ayan, ginagamit ko na siya. And I started, and when my son saw it, my son said, make one for me, make a blanket for me. So I'm doing a blanket now for my son. So it's not that, now you might say, Miss Penny, natuto ka na ba magluto? Kasi sabi ko sa inyo, hindi ako marunong magluto. Yun ang hindi ko pa natututunan. Yun ang ayaw kong gawin. Ayaw ko lang talaga. So, what can I do moving to the next normal? So, I want you now to think about it. What can you do to start? What can you do starting now? Now, the original plan is to have breakout rooms, but since it's very difficult to manage because connectivity is in and out, no? I won't ask you to, we won't do breakout rooms instead. I will just ask for volunteers. So think of 3 things that you can do starting now to invest in yourself. What 3 things can you do starting now to invest in yourself? Wala nung breakout rooms. Okay. So, who would like to volunteer? Raise your hand. And 3 things that you'd like to do to start investing in yourself and learning and upgrading yourself. Gail, okay, I will stop sharing.
We have one na, ma'am. She is Dale Ann Sunga.
Yes,
Hello.
Gail.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so three things that I want to invest is firstly is that more on trainings talaga. So
Mm.
it's so important for me to attend seminars or even webinars kasi syempre as HR magagamit ko siya not only for me but also applicable siya when sharing to other employees. So learning development talaga siya. Then second one, I want to invest something um yung yung next is to try more other things kasi parang ang alam ko lang is more on HR lang talaga and even masyado kong nililimit yung sarili ko sa labor law and employee relations, which is sa akin, medyo laglag ako when it comes to recruitment, ganyan. So sa akin, feeling ko, yun yung kailangan kong i-invest or kumbaga, yung learning when it comes to recruitment side or other side ng HR facet. Yung next ko naman, investment, siguro yung for me yung pagpunta sa ibang lugar kasi we are a travel agency. So parang paano paano mo maiintindihan yung business if ikaw mismo hindi ka basta-basta nakakapunta sa ibang lugar din. Kumbaga, hindi ko na-experience yung na-experience ng mga clients. And even, syempre, pang-unwind din yon. So, kailangan sa akin, kung hindi lang puro trabaho, kundi invest ka rin para sa sarili mo. Yun lang.
Okay, thank you very much, Gail.
Thank you.
Thank you for volunteering. Who's next? Neddy?
Miss Dina Chin.
Ma'am,
Yes, Miss Dina Chin.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Diana. I think I'm the only Malaysian in this group.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. Thank you. You should have said that you're Malaysian. I've been talking in Taglish.
It was lost in the chat box. I did say selamat petang. But it's
Oh,
okay. I'll just like to quickly share. I'm actually 60 years old, and I was sharing with the other group that I was a tourist guide before the pandemic. So it gave me a lot of opportunity to grow and to learn and to attend to all my hobbies during the lockdown in Malaysia. So I would really want to expand myself or to pick up new learning, new knowledge, skill in psychology, because I'm a volunteer. It's like the befriender. So it's like, I want to go into this. It's very wide, what do you call that? Field is very wide. So there's a lot of things to learn there. That's one thing I want to learn. I don't know whether they accept me or not because I'm too old.
no,
So
there's
secondly,
nothing. I'm older than you. There's no such thing as being too old. Secondly,
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I'd like to pick up serious, vegetable gardening. Although I have a very limited space, but I've spent time watching, YouTubers posting how they do the vegetable. And it's very beneficial because you don't have to rely on just going to the market. You can plant the vegetables that is available locally, and it's very easy to grow. And I've got no knowledge in how to plant vegetable, but I'm very glad to say that my tomato is still growing, so I'm waiting for it to fruit. Yeah, so that is a very serious one that I want to invest my time and a bit of money. And I think this afternoon has prompted me something, that I have stopped for a while, the pause, the one that you say, no pausing, but pivot. So I'm going to take up my Vietnamese language again. So that's a foreign language that I have to spend time on. So that's my sharing. Thank you.
Is it
Thank
Dina?
you, Mer.
Do you pronounce it Dina?
Yes, ma'am.
Diana.
It's Dina.
Yes, Diana.
Dina. Just in case you need to have practice with a Vietnamese person, I have a Vietnamese friend.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
sure she's Filipino Chinese, but she lives in Vietnam. So
Oh, all right.
okay,
Good.
just let me
Thank
know.
you.
Next sharer, Emmy.
It's Ma'am Kim, actually.
Hi po.
Ma'am Emmy.
Ay. Hi po. Good afternoon, everyone. So, I am Emrose G. Hernandez. Ako po ay isang student from Batangas State University, a third year student po. So, ako po ay, kaya, sa tunay po ma'am, kaya po kami umattend ng webinar is to, sabi po kasi yun ng aming prof, kasi we are taking human resource and management. Ngayon po, I realize yung 3 things na nakapagpabago po sa akin is to don't limit myself. I need to attend more and more webinars because as a young student, I have many things to learn po. And second one po is ask and ask. Kasi as a youth, madami po pala kaming hindi pa alam how to express ourselves, how to cope up, kung paano po namin malalagpasan yung mga problems relating, pwede rin po relating sa school, and in the future relating din po sa trabaho. Kasi parang nakikita ko po minsan kasi 'pag nasa business ano ka na, ibang-iba na po 'yun kapag as a school, ibang-iba na po yung pakiramdam. And last po is habang as a teenage age pa po kami, I learned na we need to earn more credentials. Kasi po, I realized that more credentials makes us advantage to other competitors or other students from other schools. Yun po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you, Emmy Rose. Oo, tama ka. It's best for you to learn and yung makahalubilo with practitioners na as early as now.
Yes,
And what
ma'am. I felt so nervous po right now because it was my first time to attend this kind of webinar facing 112 people.
Ay,
Join us
nako.
every Saturday so you can
Oh,
get used to it.
Yes.
and you volunteered to speak up. For that,
Yes, ma'am.
for that you earn a book. And also
Wow.
Dina,
Thank you,
I'll send
ma'am.
you an ebook. So just give me your email address. Neddy, just give me Dina Chin's email address. I'll send her an ebook.
Noted, ma'am. By the way, ma'am, ang next natin is si Ma'am Kim Rose. Ma'am Kim, you raise your hand.
Yes, hi po ulit.
Hi.
Well, I think po sa pag-i-invest, especially sa mga students ngayon and also yung mga working, will be training talaga. So, of course, financially challenged tayo nowadays. We have to prioritize some things. So, super thank you po with HR Calabarzon na meron silang free webinar. So, we could attend this one because it's for free. Another investment would be siguro investment for the soul, like reading inspirational books, what else? Listening to podcasts. Para lang yung mental health din po natin is invested. Kasi kung work tayo ng work, lagi tayo nagte-training pero yung energy naman natin is very low. So mababaliwala yung mga trainings natin and skills. And then also we have to invest then sa body. So you have to exercise. So, well, to summarize everything, we have to invest in our mind, body, and soul.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you exercise, Kim?
Actually, it's really hard, pero meron po akong application na dinownload ngayon. It's fabulous. So, it's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes na mabilisan lang pong exercise before going to work since work from home pa naman. And it feels good. Legit na nakaka-energize po talaga.
Okay, so you exercise?
A little, yeah.
Okay, that's still exercising. Don't worry. I'll just share, huh? I'm older than Dina, but I do indoor cycling, spinning. So I do spinning, and I joined the 21-day challenge, 20 rides in 21 days. So I love challenges, so I exercise as well. Maybe that's why I'm so hindi nagkakasakit, hindi yun. Wala yung Zoom ko. Anyway,
Anyway,
one
meron
more,
pa
one
ng
more,
last.
one more.
We have Ma'am Shane Lanogo. Hi, Ma'am Shane. Good afternoon.
Hello po, good afternoon po. So yun po, I am Shane Marian Lanogo po from Chaong, Quezon, and I am also a HR student po. Currently third year lang pa lang po ako now. So yun po, sa thing po na gusto kong i-invest sa sarili ko is first is yung katulad nga po ng iba like is webinar. Kasi aside nga ngayon, lalo na pandemic, very in demand talaga po yung mga webinar na ganito. Kaya that's why nung nakita ko rin po to and recommend ng friend ko, ginarab ko na rin po kasi gusto ko nga po yung more na parang nakaka-adapt ako ng knowledge kasi interesting po talaga ako sa mga knowledge about HR since parang nakukulangan pa po ako sa mga learnings na na-adapt ko sa school. And then reading, sabi nga po, read. Kasi the more you read, the more you learn nga po. And then gusto ko rin po mag-take ng mga exam na yun nga may mga certificates para more credential na magagamit ko din in the near future. And then more on watch ng motivational video kasi gusto ko rin po like nga yung si ma'am nagto-talk in front of other people, parang nag-i-inspired, ganun. Kasi I'm a fan din po ng nag-watch dun sa TED Talk. Yun. Yun lang po.
Thank you, ma'am, for
Anong
that.
school ka, Shane?
From Batangas State University rin po.
BSU ka din. Okay.
Ma'am,
meron pa ba?
Ma'am Penny,
Wala na.
meron tayong message here sa chat box.
Sige, can you read what's in the chat box?
Okay, so from Wilma Riego, I want to invest in my personality development, in health, and in my career as a government employee. From Gian Dennis Dolosa, I want to invest in my mindset, health, and being disciplined. And from Mr. Christopher, I want to invest in reading books, keep on attending training, and find a mentor.
Okay, thank you very much. O sige, tama na yung sharing, ha? For those who shared verbally, please don't forget to send your address to and cell phone number to Neddy so that she can send it to me and I can send the book to you. I'll be the one to choose which book to send. And for Dina, I'll email you. There's a ebook. Now, why don't I share the ebook with everyone na lang? Hindi kasi it's a workbook. So it's best to have it, to have something to write on. Okay, we'll continue na, ha? We're losing time. Wait, where is my presentation? See, I lost my presentation. Okay. So you said the three things that you will start doing or perhaps started doing. And again, it's not all about work. It could be about yourself, your health. And if there's one important thing that we all have to focus on is our health. So exercise, healthy diet, lifestyle. I know I'm guilty, I'm holding a soda here. But again, focus on what is important at the moment. And number one is health. And there are other things that you can focus on. And I like what Neddy said about urban gardening. It's not just urban gardening that's being a hit now. It's also aquaponics. You plant on water. So I've had people already who have started their business on aquaponics, and they're doing very, very well, and in the city. So here are some, I'm sure you know this. Take advantage of available resources within your reach. There are a lot of YouTube tutorial videos, and I do a lot of coaching. So I tell my coaches, go to YouTube. They are practicing for job interviews. A lot of YouTube videos there for interviewing practice. So many online courses now, like Coursera, Udemy, edX, that would allow you to get free online courses. Podcast, the TED Talks, People at Work, Drive Through HR. There are a lot of ebooks and audiobooks as well. Well, of course, your paper bound, which is hardbound books, which sometimes is hard because the bookstores are also running out of stocks. They don't stock up anymore. And social media forum and groups as well. So your Calabar Zone HR group. Ruby, you raised your hand. You have a question? A comment? Okay, I'll continue. So your key takeaways for this almost 1.5 hours that we've been together is really consider the benefits of lifelong learning. Again, the only time you stop learning is when you expire. So invest in yourself is the best investment of all. Remember, we are assets of the organization, but we are not fixed assets of the organization. We have an employee number, but we are not tagged to the organization. And if you invest in yourself, the investment is here. This is something that they cannot tell you to leave at the office because you bring this wherever you go. So don't forget, invest in yourself. Be curious. Ask a lot of questions. For us non-digital natives, we have to embrace being more digital because that's the way moving forward. If you in HR, you may say, I don't like numbers. Well, I tell you, HR now is full of numbers. There's HR analytics, and we will be talking about a lot more about HR analytics in the future. So build your skills in areas that you don't have expertise. That is important for the organization, but it's important for you and you're interested in it. Find your purpose and your passion, because once you find your purpose and your passion and your work is aligned with your purpose and your passion, you can continue to invest in yourself. You can continue to work and work. You don't feel like you're working because you are living your passion and your purpose. So always go outside your comfort zone. Anything you want is outside your comfort zone. And you might get scared to move outside your comfort zone, but don't, because new learnings come outside your comfort zone. So I leave you with this quote: the capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, the willingness to learn is a choice. You have the choice to learn, to upskill yourself, unlearn, relearn, and learn, upskill, upgrade, cross-skill yourself to whatever new things that is within your path. Last, have an attitude of gratitude. This is what I mentioned to you. It releases hormones that helps improve your immune system. So the vibration of gratitude attracts more positive things into your life. And I'd like you to write this in the chat box. I am grateful for blank because blank. I'll give you an example. I'm grateful for, it can be as simple as I'm grateful for my tumbler of water because I'm now thirsty. But every morning I always say, thank you, Lord, for waking me up because I have another day to live. So please type in the chat box what you are grateful for. Gift of life from Gail. What are you grateful for? For new work, grateful for life. Well, who's grateful for HR Calabarzon for all these webinars, no? Sige, please type in your chat box. Good health and knowledge, family.
And yes, Ma'am Penny, I would also like to add to that na maganda din siguro na we include the quote from Oprah herself. She mentioned, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Katulad
Oh.
lang ng kanina sinabi. And I think
Oh,
that's a beautiful quote.
That's a very beautiful quote. The more there is to life, in life to celebrate. Yes, exactly. So I hope you learned something from this. I always be grateful, because the more grateful you are, the more blessings come your way. Remember, this pandemic will end. And if you do what you need to do to invest in yourself and learn more, I tell you, the best is yet to come. So at this point, are there any questions that you'd like to ask me?
Okay.
While we are waiting, Miss Penny, for questions from our participants in behalf of HR Calabarzon, we would like to offer you the highest salute for this learning session, because it's entirely different from the previous learning sessions we had, when most of the speakers would provide slides. This one is actually like a statement of your life, which is actually a continuous learning. Na sana all HR and all of our participants would also practice po that we don't stop learning. We continue craving for more and acquiring new skills. Napakatapang mo po, Miss Penny, for shifting that career from an entirely different world to a new one. And you really made a very good world for yourself, and sharing this to us, sharing this to others, especially to our more than 100 participants this afternoon, is indeed a blessing. Thank you so much, Miss Penny.
Wait, there's more.
Yes, ma'am. Baka pwede naman po nating ma-share sa mga kagaya nating mga ka-HR dyan na paano nga ba magka-career shift? Paano kaya tayo matutulungan ni Ma'am Penny? Knowing that Ma'am Penny is providing and giving. And syempre meron tayong may mga books si Ma'am Penny na talaga namang out in the market. How can we avail sa mga books na yun, Ma'am Penny?
Yung feast.ph yata, you can look at it at the Feast bookstore. They're online. Feastbooks.ph, I think. You can check out the books there. So Shepherd's Voice, that's one of Brother Bo, is distributing my book, both hard copy and ebook. So if you're thinking of career shifting, just send me a message. Let's talk about it outside this webinar.
Yan. So guys, mga ka-HR, ang ating speaker and mentor this afternoon is very much willing to accommodate us if ever gusto natin ng makakausap or ng ating mas parang one-on-one coaching. I assure you guys, Ma'am Penny is one of the best of the mentor and speaker of Philippine HR Group. And syempre kasama na natin si Ma'am Penny ngayon. Isa na siya sa ating mentor and speaker ng HR Calabarzon.
Okay. Thank you very much. Pero sandali.
Question, Ma'am eh.
Walang question. O sige,
puro thank you, HR Calabarzon. Thank you, Ma'am Penny.
Gratitude. And
ito, Ma'am.
Thank you sila. Ayan.
Hi, Ma'am Penny. Can I ask po kung ano pong advice or tips na imabibigay nyo po for us college student? Thank you, Ma'am.
Okay. Ako ang advice ko sa mga estudyante ko, whatever you learn now in college, apply nyo na. Don't wait for you to apply what you've learned pagdating nyo pa lang sa trabaho. For example, I teach recruitment and selection. That's a subject that I taught last term. Yung recruitment and selection, you can do that now, as early as now as students. Ba, no? Mamimili ka ng group mates. Siguraduhin mo, mamili ka ng tamang group mates. Interview mo yung mga group mates mo. Checkin mo kung masipag sila o hindi. Tapos, di ba, let's say, meron kang nagugustuhan or love life. You can check Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. That's like background investigation. Compensation and benefits. Pag hindi pandemic, how do you ask for a bigger salary? That's asking for a salary increase, as a bigger allowance. How do you do the market study kung magkano ba ang allowance ng mga classmates mo? You apply it already now. Don't wait until after graduation before you apply the things that you've learned. Yun ang
That's
advice
so
ko sa mga
nice, Miss Penny. Dapat pala tuturuan natin ng mga anak natin ng gano'n, Miss Neddy. Pero nakakatakot, baka i-practice nila mag-request ng additional allowance. But you know, that's very nice, no? Because most people doesn't know how to, fight for what they want or put in words anything that they have in their mind. So, kaya ang nangyayari kadalasan, we end up burned out kasi we don't communicate what we want to our leaders. So, parang magandang magkaroon ng ganung webinar, Miss Penny. Interesting.
Sige, nag-usap tayo.
Okay. Miss Penny, meron pong question sa chat box. How can we encourage others to continue learning?
Learning is a choice. So, siguro one of the things that you can do, is role model it. It begins with you. So if they can see you learning, then you can encourage them to learn as well. I tell you, mga siblings ko, hindi ganyan. Not like me. Ako lang ang masipag mag-aral sa amin. Bakit? Masipag ako mag-aral eh. I always say, hindi ako matalino, masipag ako. And what if I reach the age of my father-in-law at 96? Will I stop learning? Of course not. I have to continue to upskill myself kasi kailangan pa rin akong kumita. Ayoko maging burden sa mga anak ko na makikitira ako sa anak ko pag matanda na ako, sila mag-aalaga sa akin. I don't want to be a burden to my children. And I've always said this, when we parents give birth to our children, it is our responsibility to make sure that they grow up as human beings that God-loving, that would be able to work with others, and would be able to be a good citizen of the Philippines. I always say that. It's our responsibility na alagaan sila at palakihin sila. Pero hindi responsibilidad ng anak alagaan ng magulang. Akin yun, ha? That's mine. That's not what other parents would say. My thinking is I, as a parent, is responsible for having my children, raise my children up, but it's not the responsibility of my children to take care of me when I grow old. Kung gusto nila, I'll be lucky. Pero kung may pamilya din sila, ang pamilya nila ang priority nila. Kaya I'm upskilling myself so that I will continue to learn. So I will continue to earn until I expire. So I won't be a burden to my children.
Ma'am, Sir Marlon is raising his hand. Yes, Sir Marlon, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. Ma'am, i-ask ko lang po kay Ma'am Penny. Ma'am, paano ka ba, for example for me, gusto kong tulungan lahat yung mga kaibigan ko na para kung ano yung problema nila sa buhay. Kung kaya ko naman, gusto ko silang tulungan lahat, pero feeling ko parang may kulang pa, parang may mga taong parang naiinggit. Although hindi naman sila humihingi ng tulong sa akin, pero nararamdaman ko naiinggit sila. Paano ba mai-handle yung mga ganong sitwasyon?
Sa akin, gusto mong tulungan lahat.
Yes, ma'am.
Ang
Pero may
unang-unang
mga tao kasi na parang natulungan mo na, then all of the sudden parang hindi pa rin sila satisfied. Then they want more. So, hindi ko alam kung i-stop ko ba yung pagtulong ko or parang paano po kaya?
you'll know when it's time to say no. Remember, we have to ano yung saying, you can teach others, you can give fish to others to help them, or you can teach them how to fish. So just teach them how to fish, then get out. Pag
Okay.
marunong na silang mangisda, let them go.
Okay.
They will have to learn as well.
Yes.
And you have to help yourself. It's not always saying yes.
Okay. Thank you po. Thank you, Ma'am Penny.
Thank you too.
Thank you po.
Okay. Ma'am Penny, we have another question from Miss Shane Lanovo. Ma'am, ask lang po, gusto ko din maging kagaya nyo, nagte-train, nagme-mentor, and nagto-talk. Lalo na sa ibang bansa. Ano po pwede nyong tips, like mga steps na dapat ko gawin, and advice na rin po? Thank you so much.
Okay. One thing to do is join Toastmasters. Public speaking. Toastmasters is a good venue for public speaking. And ang maganda ngayon sa Toastmasters is virtual. Virtual, tapos they have international guests as well. So you get exposed internationally. Yung international talks ko was because of my work then dati sa IBPAP that allowed me to go to South Africa, to Cartagena, Colombia, to other places. And the things that we've done to help, the projects that we've done. Basta, public speaking first through Toastmasters is one venue. And then get in touch with me. Ayun na lang. LinkedIn is the best way to get in touch with me. And I will type in, dapat may LinkedIn kayo ha. I will type in the chat box my LinkedIn name.
While typing si Ma'am Penny for the LinkedIn ni Ma'am Penny, Ma'am Janet, can you please do the honor of presenting and thanking our speaker for this afternoon?
It's been a whole bunch of learning this afternoon, Miss Penny. So in appreciation to your time, we would like to present to you the certificate of appreciation from HR Calabarzon, Miss Penny S. Bongato, ACCICF, for sharing her invaluable knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker for the 38th HRE knowledge entitled The Value of Self-Learning via Zoom and Facebook Live at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. today, August 28, 2021, signed by our founder, Miss Neddy Estrella. Thank you so much, Miss Penny.
But there's more.
There's more, yeah, actually.
Wait, before the picture taking.
Okay.
Enable me to share my screen, please.
Okay. Make us host, Miss.
Hindi, co-host lang.
Co-host.
There's more.
Dan, ma'am, dan.
Oh, parang may pasabog si Ma'am Penny ah.
May pahabol na talaga.
Okay. Now, Neddy, how important is the Google Docs for you? The feedback form.
Very important, ma'am, syempre.
Okay. So for those who answer the feedback form, this is what you will get. You will get a free ebook.
Wow,
So
thank you.
I will send this ebook to Neddy, and she will only share this with those who answer the survey form. No form, no ebook.
Very, very
naman, ma'am.
nice.
Very, 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 ano si ma'am, very,
Ano? Okay
Hindi
ba?
ko alam paano sabihin ko.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Penny.
This is a very, very good gift for HR Calabarzon for our first HRE Knowledge Anniversary next week.
Yes, parating na rin yung aming anniversary next week.
Advance ang gift ni Ma'am Penny sa atin. Talagang hindi ko wala akong mapaglagyan ng kasayahan sa aking puso this afternoon, Ma'am Penny. Thank you so much.
So, Eddie, papadala ko sa iyo sa Facebook Messenger. Yun, sa exchanges natin kanina.
Yes, ma'am.
And
thank you.
Remember, walang survey, walang e-book. Okay ba yun?
Parang babahain kami, Miss Penny, nang i-assess na survey form.
Oo nga po, medyo marami kasi meron din tayong mga participant from Facebook Live. At syempre yung mga kasamahan natin na nalalaglag mula kanina. Knowing kanina po naka 140 plus na tayo. At ang dami po na ng inbox ko ngayon. Sunod-sunod, Ma'am Neddy, hindi kami makapasok due to internet problems. So talagang honestly, Ma'am Penny, dahil alam namin na maraming nag-register, talagang nag-avail kami ng additional room sa mga participant this afternoon for Ma'am Penny. O, diba, Ma'am Dorina?
Wala naman ako masabi,
Yes po, ma'am. Talagang nag-avail kami ng mas mataas na attendees for this session.
So, thank you very much for inviting me, ha?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. At alam po natin, mga ka-HR, mga kasamahan nating HR, na this afternoon, we learn a lot from the expert. Talagang hindi po nakakayang sabihin na ang opening natin for the first year anniversary of HRE Knowledge ay isang patikan at isang magaling na speaker mentor, Miss Penny Bongato. Muli, Ma'am Penny, in behalf of the HR Calabarzon Board of Directors and Founders and Co-Founders, maraming salamat po sa hapong ito na kahit na medyo marami tayong pinagdaanan these past few weeks, ay talagang nakasama po namin kayo, Ma'am Penny. Thank you so much po from the bottom of my heart at mula sa aking mga co-founders and board of directors. Maraming salamat, ma'am. Thank you po talaga.
Thank you po talaga, Ma'am Penny.
Thank you then. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Neddy, for bearing with me, ha?
No problem, ma'am. Basta ikaw, ma'am. Alam mo naman, number 1 fan mo ako, ma'am. Since nung, core volunteer pa lang po ako ng Philippine HR Group. And I'm very thankful with Sir Darwin Rivers at sa mga co-founder ko na dahil po sa kanila ay nakilala ko ang isang Penny Bongato. Muli po, mula sa HR Calabarzon Board of Directors and Founders, mga ka-HR, maraming salamat po sa pagsama sa amin sa 2 oras na naman po ng Full of Learning here in HR Calabarzon. Asahan po namin kayo next week and be excited for all the learnings dahil syempre may mga speaker tayong international para sa buong buwan ng September. And of course, meron tayong mga gifts kagaya ng mga binibigay ni Ma'am Penny para po sa ating mga participant. So guys, see you next week for the whole month.
Maybe we failed to take photo op.
Ay, nga pala. Yes. Papaalam na ako. Sorry. Okay po.
Pero maganda rin i-announce na dahil sa this coming September is our first anniversary sa ating HRE Knowledge. So, very excited kami kasi marami kaming pinaghandaan para sa inyong lahat.
At talaga namang maraming matututunan po. Pero bago po yan, bago ulit ako magpaalam, baka makalimutan ko na naman. May we request our participant to please open your video for our picture taking. Yan. Okay. Lang po, parang hindi ako naniniwalang 60 years old na si Ma'am Penny.
Kaya nga po, no?
Parang parang hindi katotohanan, parang mas bata pa talaga.
Okay.
Sila ni Ma'am Dina.
Diba si Ma'am Dina? Skincare.
Camera on?
Ano skincare mo, ma'am?
Baka you could share us.
Obaji. Ay, Bello pala.
Obaji. When I was 42. Okay.
Open po yung mga video.
1, 2, 3. Smile. Next slide, please. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smile.
Medyo marami tayo, ma'am.
Marami po tayo. Nakakarami na po ako. Third slide. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smile po. And last. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ha?
Thank you po ulit, Ma'am. Ma'am Penny, talagang hindi ako matatapos, Ma'am. Siguro hanggang mamaya magpapasalamat pa rin po ako ulit.
Email mo sa dala mo sa akin yung mga addresses ng mga nag-volunteer, ha?
Opo. At Ma'am,
Okay.
dun po sa mga nanalo or nabigyan po ng book ni Ma'am Penny na in-announce kanina dun sa second na pag-volunteer.
Sharing.
Isa pa lang po ang nag-message sa akin ng complete address bukod po kay Ma'am Dina na nagbigay ng email address. Baka po makalimutan nyo ang inyong address, hindi po makakarating yung book sa inyo.
Yes
Yan.
po, you may also message our FB page, HR Calabarzon, para doon nyo na lang po isa yung inyong address.
Yes, ma'am.
The book will be sent to you via LBC. For Miss Dina, it's going to be emailed to you. The ebook will be emailed to you.
Muli po mga ka-HR, maraming salamat ulit sa inyo. Sorry kanina na interrupt yung aking pagpapaalam. Pero muli po, salamat po. See you next week. I hope mas marami pa po tayong pagsamahan, mas marami pa po tayong matutunan. Dahil ang value po ng self-learning ay talagang kailangan ng bawat mga HR. Muli po, magandang hapon at maraming salamat po. Bye po!
Salamat po.
Thank you.
See you sa next session namin.
Bye! Thank you for connecting with me.
Thank you po.
Thank you for connecting with me in LinkedIn.